Good. And we're live.
Yes.
Hey everybody, it's Susan Bachelder here, and I'm hanging out with Steve Didier today. Hi Steve.
What up?
This is our Saturday afternoon mastermind, and this is kind of funny because we're going to start it out the same as we often have before. But we didn't pre-talk about what we were talking about today. There was no subject matter or anything. We just decided, yep, we can squeeze this in, and we're going to hang out. So,
what did you call this hangout anyway?
Yeah, that's what I was just going over. I called the hangout taking inventory, and that was just literally a message from the universe. Ironically, that was the last topic that we talked about. But anyway, that's what I used, my message from the universe, to title this hangout, because I've been taking inventory over kind of the last day and a half. I kind of messed up, and I didn't follow my own plan. And so that was what I was doing. And then as we started talking, we were taking inventory as well. And we talked way too long before we hit record. We should have been recording because the stuff we were talking about was really valuable. So here we are. We are recording it. I'm not sure if we're going to regroup for you or not, but here we are, taking inventory. I encourage you to take inventory in your own life, and double check where you're at, and if it fits with where you want to go, if it fits with your vision and your dreams and your plans, and yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
And record your videos.
Huh?
And record the videos.
Yeah, video is such a powerful marketing tool. It's crazy. I've been because I've been taking inventory as well, as you figured out. So it's aptly named. And forgive me if I don't have the same amount of energy as I normally do, but I'm on the tail end of some typhoid fever. But thank God I'm at the tail end of it, because that stuff was rough, man. You're a nurse, you know.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So
That is not good. And as I was saying, I was wishing that I knew, and I'm glad that I didn't know, and it's good that you're getting better.
I generally don't tell anybody when I'm sick because I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. I don't either, actually. Usually in my weakest or darkest moments, I just like retreat. I might tell you after the fact, but yeah, I don't like sharing my junk either.
No. I'll tell you after the fact why that was rough. But so we wanna the couple things that we touched on while we were chit-chatting before we started the video. I think it bears going over some of that stuff again. I don't know if we can recapture the same stuff, but I think that it would be valuable for a lot of people to understand. Once again, taking inventory of where you're at, where I'm at, direction, because I'm kind of got a couple different new directions that I'm pursuing as well. So, and it's, just for complete transparency, when you're kind of a public figure, you're in the online marketing industry and you make changes, everybody sort of dissects the whys, the whats, the wherefores, and things like that. So you have to be mindful of how you put things out there, I guess. Because it doesn't matter if what you're doing is I don't know what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter, what you're doing is, carefully planned, calculated, and for the greater good and all that kind of stuff. If you put it out there to the wrong way, then you can lose credibility, you can lose, some presence and things like that. And I guess I've been working on a couple different projects, and I haven't been doing my YouTube videos, I haven't been doing my marketing as much as I should have, and mostly because stuff I'm doing is by choice, it's not because I was forced into or anything, and I guess some of it, not all of it, but maybe some of it would run counter to some of the things I've been talking about in the past year and a half or so leading up to now. So what I have to do, my assignment to myself after our conversation, obviously, is kind of just make a video and explain where I'm at, what I'm doing, instead of just disappearing for a couple months off YouTube and offline and things like that, and blogging and things like that. So it's not like I haven't been doing anything or I've been lazy. It's just I've been working on a couple different things. So, but those things you need to realize as you go. It's a journey for everybody. So.
Exactly, and part of that conversation that you're talking about is going to be very valuable for the people that you are reaching out to if you do share it right now. The process that you're going through and where it's going to take you to, because that's going to be incredibly powerful.
I think it will have value. I really do.
Think so. Yeah. I
really do, because I've put a lot of thought into the direction I'm currently on, and don't anybody misconstrue this like I'm getting out of the online marketing industry. That could be any further from the case, but it is a slight change in the method in which I've been pursuing it. So,
exactly.
But I think it'll resonate with a lot of people too, especially if I target certain demographics with it. I think it'll be quite effective and powerful.
Do you mind if we talk about exactly what it is? Because it kind of fits with both of our target audience. So I don't mind talking about exactly what it is that you're doing if you want it recorded.
No, it's up to me. I mean, up to you.
It is up to you, actually.
Yeah. No, I'm
cool with it, because I really think that if anybody's in offline real estate and they want to bring their real estate online, or if anybody is marketing online but they have a wish or a desire to also do real estate, there is an awesome, powerful way to fuse the two. And what word did you use for mobile? Location independent, or location independent. So in other words, freedom. You still have that time freedom, and you're free to be wherever you want to be in the world and still run your business.
Exactly.
Which could be real estate. And I know nothing about real estate, but I personally have a strong passion to help anybody that wants to bring their real estate more online, or learn how to expand their reach by doing that. So I think it's really cool.
Well, it's one of those things where, well, to kind of just give you kind of a real backtrack, I was down here in Playa del Carmen, and this was, I guess, last October or whatever, and I was strictly working the Empower thing and being a beach bum and enjoying life and just kind of resetting. You know, my background is in real estate. I did real estate at a high level for 13 years prior to, getting involved in that online marketing and Empower and everything else. What happened was, and this is kind of neat actually. There's a coffee shop called Acacao on corner of 5th Avenue and Constituyentes here in Playa. If you've been here, you probably know it. You're probably aware of it. Killer chocolate mousse too, like 37 pesos. It's like instant diabetes, I'm sure, but it tastes really good.
Okay, now my mouth is watering.
Yeah. So I'm at Acacao, and I'm outside. I got Winston with me, and we're hanging out. We're drinking some coffee, relaxing, and this really tall blonde woman comes up to me, and she's like, "Hey." She's like, "Steve." She's like, "I know you." I was like, "Oh." So I'm racking my brain. I'm like, I have no idea who this woman is. And she was like, "Oh, I recognize Winston." I was like, now I'm completely lost, because she's not, she stands out down here, 5'8" blonde woman, it's not normal fare down here in Mexico. So, I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't know." She's like, No. She's like, "You're online, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I watched one of your YouTube videos this morning." I was like, "What? Really?" So she sat down, we chatted for a while, blah, blah, blah. And she had watched, I did a YouTube video where I was walking around my house. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually leaving. All my stuff's in boxes, and I was just had my iPhone and everything, and I'm like liquidating everything in my life and moving to the Caribbean. And that's the video she had happened to watch that morning, and then she saw me and Winston sitting at Acacao, and she stopped in to get her coffee. So we sat down, chatted for a while, and she's been doing real estate here for about 5 years. And she's like, you know what, you need to stop in, and we talked, and she knows that I told her about my real estate background and what I was doing now in online marketing and everything. And she told me, she's like, you need to stop in and talk to my boss. We've got a big project, and he's looking for somebody with your specific skill set, somebody who is, has a lot of experience in real estate, but at the same time knows internet marketing inside and out. And I was like, I was like, no, I'm not, I'm not looking for anything. But then I'm like, it can't hurt to meet people. So I'll stop in, talk to the guy or whatever. And so I made an appointment through her and came in and talked to Chris. And, he had watched a bunch of my videos before I came in because Leah told him how we met. So we came in, when I stopped in his office, like he'd known me for 10 years. Like, hey, Steve, what's going on? So we sat and chatted, and, long story, just a little bit longer. They do a really, really, really good opportunity for me, and the money that's available is staggering. And I got a master brokerage agreement on a real estate development down here. Needed online presence, needed somebody to kind of oversee the project and everything like that. So I took a couple weeks and weighed everything out, and I was like, this is one of those things that just kind of drops in your lap, and you can't really pass it up. It's a short-term thing, because the project will be sold out in whatever 2 years or whatever. So, but at the same time, it'll allow me to flex all my newfound online marketing muscles in the real estate arena, which is something I'd never done while I was a real estate agent. So it was kind of both a financial opportunity and a growth opportunity, and just a lot of things. I was like, I can't pass it up. So, like I said, I'm back in real estate. I'm not leaving the online marketing arena at all. It's just I'm doing both. Some of the hardcore affiliate marketing is a little bit on a back burner. I still have my team, so I got all that. But my focus right now is developing an online presence for this real estate company to push this product, get paid over the next 1.5 to 2 years, and then kind of refocus back on strictly affiliate marketing. That kind of thing.
Think of how many people you can help in that process, or by recording your process, so that when they want to do that same journey, or maybe they haven't even thought of doing that, and they can expand their vision. That's what I find almost breathtakingly cool with this whole thing.
Yeah, the more I've thought about it, and to be absolutely honest, when I first thought, I was like, man, I can't pass this up. But then I was thinking, I'm like, when you have a relatively large list and you've got a real good base of YouTube followers and blog readers and things like that, and you've been preaching strictly affiliate marketing, online marketing, I was worried that a lot of people would take this as, oh, well, couldn't hack it in the online industry. He's out, going back to what he normally knows. And that was a concern to me, but at the same time, when you're presented with an opportunity like this, I'm like, I don't care what anybody thinks about what I do. This is something that I have to do, and I'm not dropping anything. I'm just kind of doing them both at the same time. But I started thinking about it, and it's really not a founded, or shouldn't be really a concern for me, because it should be more of an opportunity, because there are a lot of people in real estate who are looking to either get online or looking to leave real estate and get online, more location independent. And this gives me an opportunity through my journey to help them achieve that. And it blends blends two areas of my expertise. So I really think only good things can come from it, and I just have to get back online and make sure I at least do a couple videos a week and stay active in the more affiliate marketing arena, and just kind of blend the two of them into one marketing journey.
Exactly. That's so awesome. And in that, interestingly enough, and why I really wanted you to explain that is because that ties in with my expertise, because my expertise is that part right in the middle, helping the strategy of how to bring those two concepts together. So that's pretty cool.
Maybe I'll be hiring you.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll be hiring you.
Or maybe we'll just keep on doing hangouts and masterminds and help each other along the way.
And share all this copious value. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Speaking of which, make sure that if you're watching this video, you subscribe to the channel, because every Saturday possible, we do this. And our topics and the concepts are across the board. We cover a lot of concepts, and ironically, they are all, when we look back, they're all blended or connected somehow together. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel.
It's funny when you sent me that Facebook message with one of our old videos on there. How that was old too. I mean, it was a year.
Yep. Or almost, maybe about 8 months ago or something.
I know we're pretty consistent on Saturdays there for a while, and I want to get back to that. So I don't, I want to make sure that we're doing at least 2 times a month.
Yeah, I do as well. And as I was telling Steve in the unrecorded part that we should have recorded,
which we always do.
I have some new people that are in my circle that are actually in one of my mastermind groups, and they came across some of our old videos, and that's why I popped one into his Facebook message, because I was reviewing it myself for some content I was gonna write, because they brought it up to me. They jumped in my inbox and said, "Hey, I just watched this video of you with some guy. Who is that guy? What are you guys talking about?" It was just kind of a random. Then they went back and watched a bunch more. So that triggered me to check out, oh, well, which video were they watching? And I went back, and it was actually content that I wanted to present to the group of people that I'm working with. So then here I'm writing content based on our conversation. I use that video. So it's all intertwined, and that goes back to some of our messages. Actually, we recorded 2 really powerful hangouts just before, it was December of last year, talking about the importance of really taking some time to think about your next year's goals and plotting that out. And the background kind of core reason is that if you do everything and base your decisions on doing things on purpose, then you're constantly creating compelling content within your life, and it just takes you further along on your journey. So that just proves that we do what we say.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm so glad that we recorded that stuff, because we could have been always having these conversations and it would move ourselves forward. But to think that it's moving other people forward, and then we can even go back and review it and grow from that, I don't know. That's astounding, actually.
It is, and it's really kind of weird. It's like just getting a peek back in time to go back, because I remember when I was like thinking about putting up my first video. I remember our first mastermind ever, and then, I think I put up my first video a good 18 months ago or something like that. It's you don't think when you're at that point, you'll have 100 and some videos, and you'll be, time marches on. So now I'm sitting here, when I go back, and I can hear the words coming out of my mouth, and I can remember and feel where I was at, and yeah, like I said, it's just kind of like being able to peek back into time and get a snapshot of where you were at. You can kind of see how you've developed. It's pretty powerful though, and it's definitely eye-opening.
It is. Sometimes when I'm very hard on myself,
No.
I'm not very kind. So
No.
sometimes I go back and I watch those first videos on purpose, just so that I can say, oh, okay, yes, you're doing okay, instead of that. "Ah, you should be doing better. You should be doing more. Your list isn't done." Blah.
Yeah. Well, it gives you like a visual roadmap. You can go back and look at the ones from a year and a half ago, a year ago, 6 months ago.
Hmm.
You could just watch the changes in yourself objectively, which is really tough to do because we can't be objective with ourselves.
No.
I can see what's going on with you over the course. I can see your development plainly because we talk all the time and over the past year or whatever, but I don't see it in myself.
Right. And same. The reverse is the same. I can see very clearly where your journey has gone and how you've changed. But yeah, I can't see that in myself so much. Even when I tell people how incredibly phobic and nervous I was on video lately, they don't believe me. Like they just say, "Oh, well, you're natural." Honest, I'm not. I even still get nervous, but they don't believe me, and that's okay. They don't have to believe me.
I didn't have to fight you to introduce us on this hangout.
I know I jumped on it, so that's new, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm like, you introduce. And our first video, I remember saying, so do you want to tell us about yourself? And you're just like, she didn't tell me I was going to have to talk about myself. So you kind of give that look, and then you kind of paused. And as soon as I said, you don't have to, and then you said, no. And you never did. I said, well, maybe at the end you can talk about yourself. No, you never did. And now you are quite comfortable to talk about yourself.
It's one of my favorite subjects, let's be honest.
See? But it's
So,
still not mine. I still don't like talking about myself, so maybe I'll grow up someday.
I think, I mean, we say it over and over again, but it's all the journey. You got to enjoy every step of the way, and you got to learn from each step. That's the
Yeah.
important thing.
Take inventory.
Ah. Well, you just tied this whole video back together in nicely, didn't you?
I didn't plan that. I just listened to the message of the universe.
Very cool. Well, anything else you want to add?
I don't. I don't. Just drive that point home. Oh, do everything on purpose because it really does matter. And stop and check and take inventory. Be kind to yourself. And if you have an opportunity to have an incredible, powerful relationship with someone, working as a colleague, and you have thought-provoking conversations, appreciate that. Stop and appreciate what it is for. Uh, Appreciate it for what it is. I'm tangling up my words, but anyway, because for example, Steve and I, we do appreciate what we have here, and pay attention to it, and make a point of working at it because it's worthwhile. It's benefited our business life. It has benefited how we walk in our own individual lives, and we have no connection. We've actually never met.
Yeah,
We
we've never met
create
physically.
these videos.
We have no business together, no financial ties, and we've never met in person.
That's right. Now that's crazy.
Exactly. But everything for a reason, right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really cool. So that's, I guess that's all my messages today.
Very good. Yeah, if I was to add any, I don't even think I have anything to add. That's just in really enjoy the journey. So many people get caught up obsessing about their goals and obsessing about what they don't have. And that is so damaging. You've got to be grateful for what you have. You have to be grateful every single step of the way and appreciate the journey, even if it's a huge, huge struggle at times. And it will be.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't, I don't know anybody who's just made it, you know. I saw a really, really powerful post from, I think he's a mutual friend of ours. You know, guy Roosevelt.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know the guy. Never met him. You know, same sort of thing. I mean, we've interacted on Facebook a few times. But he did a pretty lengthy post on Facebook today. It hit home for me because it's all about people who have made a lot of money and then lost it, and how you should be supremely grateful for that, especially if you came from nothing, made a lot of money, and then lost it, and are going through the rebuilding process. And that still kind of hits home for me. Although I've gotten a level of detachment for all that for a while, it was just horrible for me to have come up from nothing, made a whole bunch of money, and lost everything. It was really depressing, really demoralizing. Made me question who I was, and I've gotten over that, you know, for the most part, I think. But still, just reading that, I was like, it hit something with me. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's right. And there are a lot of people that have done that. And when something in this post said something about, you know, how you react to that is going to reveal your character. Do you let it win? Keep you down? Do you just live the rest of your life broke and in mediocrity? Or do you take your lumps, come back, rise above it, and recreate yourself?
That is powerful, isn't it? So it's important to have a clear vision of the destination, but really it's all about who you become on the journey, isn't it?
Yeah. And you got to have that. You cannot have bitterness and resentment and anger. You've got to have gratitude and appreciation and love. I mean, because those are the things, along with, you know, drive and ambition and all that kind of thing. But if all the drive in the world isn't going to help you if you're a completely negative and pessimistic attitude.
Might get you to that destination faster, but it won't make you a better person, will it?
I don't even think you'll get to the destination. I really think you've got to have gratitude for what you have before more will come.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be the one thing. When you're taking inventory, don't look at it as a bad thing. Just take it for what it is. It's not a good or bad. Just appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad this worked out. I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm glad we
yeah,
were able to record.
I'm tired, but you know what? That's better than being delirious and feverish.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, like Susan said before, subscribe, click our channels, subscribe, follow us, hang out. If you got questions, listen below. I try and give. I've kind of gotten off the track of replying to every single person, but I'm going to get back on that track. And definitely, if you have any questions or anything, let us know. We'll answer them.
That's right. Bye.
All right. Bye.